So much to do. Hello, sister. How are you? Are you also working? Or are you just making fun of me? Good, so we're both working. I also got very stressed out in the middle of the day because my coworker called me. And like... Pardon me, drinking water. So, my coworker calls me... And this, mind you, this is like a 47-year-old man. You found some time to do art? Nice, Arctic. I really like seeing your progress. So my coworker calls me at like 2:30. And he's like, hey, I just got a break. Because he's been belt on, meaning he's actually physically working with the guys. So he's like belt on in the field. He's like, I just finished working on something and I have a break and I wanted to talk. Like, what's the status of the contract with the client? Yada, yada, all this stuff. And he got like really pissy with me because we haven't given the client a contract yet. Meanwhile, literally 2 days ago, aka yesterday, the client was just like, hey, we're ready to move forward after we've thought about it for a little bit. And I answered the client and I literally told them, okay, so we'll have something to you by the end of the week. And he's just like, started yelling at me, why don't they have something yet? Like, bro, it's been less than 24 hours since I responded that to them. You can't just, like, be on my ass. You're a part of making these contracts, too. It's not only my job to do this. So he just had, like, a mini meltdown. And I'm like, bro, if you were paying attention to the emails that I sent, I already said I'd have something to them before the end of the week. And he's like, but I have been reading the emails, and I don't understand why this hasn't been done yet. And I'm like, dude. No, not Ryan. Not Ryan. This is a different coworker. He's like, it's like he's literally a full ass adult with grown children, and he throws tantrums worse than children sometimes. Hi, Luna. So, yeah, after that intense phone call, husband decides to tell me that we have a problem filing with our taxes on tax day. You know, the last day of tax season. That we have a problem, and then that I need to file my taxes with him, even though mom already started filing my taxes solo. So I got like really flustered because, like, you know, I just got out of a heated call with my coworker, which ended fine, but it got really intense like in the middle. And then I get like this other news that mom, who had already started filing my taxes, needs to concede the taxes to husband, so because we have a joint account that he has to file for. Otherwise we like get a lot of penalties if he files for it solo with my name on it. So he drops that bomb on me after I get out of a frustrating call with my coworker. And unfortunately I yelled at him. I felt very bad for it, and I apologized for it afterwards, but my god, it was not something I needed to hear right after getting out of a frustrating call with coworker. So I sat and did like maybe 20 minutes of work after that, and then I'm like, no, I need a nap. I need to defuse myself. And I went and I lied down. So that is why I am doing work this late at night to make up for the hours that I did not do earlier. And I would share what I do on screen with you guys, but unfortunately my name, my IRL name, my IRL company name, and my client's name is kind of plastered all over everything, so I kind of don't want to dox myself or my clients. So I will not be sharing work on screen. I know, right? Integrity. Employee integrity. Who would have thunk? How are we gonna work while talking? I'll be fine. It's mostly data entry that I have to do, because, like, basically what I'm doing is I need to make a document, a fleshed out document, to show the bank that the client, this is what the client is planning to build with. I don't even have to show them, like, final items. But we need to send a document to the bank saying, hey, this is the client's intent for the project. The finished materials is going to cost X amount of money. The construction is going to cost X amount of money. This is what we're anticipating. Yada, yada. So, I mean, I still have tomorrow to work on this. I don't have to finish it today, but I just, like, I don't know. I need to get my head in a... I just can't seem to get into a flow state today, so it's okay. We'll be okay. But yeah, how's everyone's day so far? Yeah, so it's different when you're building a house for most areas in the US versus, and other countries too, versus renovating. So, like, when you renovate, you don't necessarily have to identify everything. But when you're building a new house and you're going for a bank loan, granted, there are renovations that do require bank loans that are rather than just a full build. But the main thing is, if you are getting a loan from another entity to fund your renovation, you're taking out a renovation mortgage, what it's called in your country, you have to show proof of what your intent is. Because, like, and this was explained to me by my coworker today, but I had a rough idea about it anyway. Essentially, what you do is you have to show proof to the bank, hey, this is our intent, this is what we're building, and the bank essentially wants to know what the estimated value of the project is going to be, because they have to be able to set aside that money for you. But two, they also want to know, if you default on your loan, on your mortgage, what is it going to take for them to get to completion? So they need to know what items, or at least something that they can put similar into a space based on what your intent originally was to finish that project. So that's what the bank needs from us right now, so that the client can secure financing. And, like, it's not that the client doesn't have money, because they do have liquid asset. It's just that they want to secure, like, a safe way to fund the project without having to touch their assets right now, if they can avoid it. Liquid ass? No, get out of here with the 4-year-old brain rot. So yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of compiling right now for my client. Alright, that is a 40-inch, 8-inch vanity. Big-ass vanity. Did you miss story time? I don't know. Did you walk away when I was explaining everything? If you walked away, I'm sorry, friend. Oh, you made popcorn. Basically, I got in a fight with my a mini fight with my coworker earlier today because he got really upset with me. And he's done this before. It's like he goes into this mode where he's like, I just need some positivity and optimism to move things forward. And I'm like, bro, I'm moving things as fast as I can. Trust me. I'm fucking juggling 3 huge ass projects. You can't be like throwing everything on me just because you're working in the field and are not doing like stuff on the side for this to push this forward. Like I can't do everything. He's like, well, you're supposed to be doing this. I'm like, bro, I am. I literally am working on it right now. And basically, what snowballed the argument was, I have my way of doing things. So I have experience working with multi-million-dollar clients and projects, but I don't have experience with new construction, as in building a house from ground up. My coworker does have experience with building a house from ground up, but has no experience with multi-million-dollar clients. His typical clientele is like building a house that's, you know, $200,000 to $400,000, which is a pretty modest, average size house. But this is a near $2 million house that we're building. So it's essentially the intersection of our two skill sets. And it's just, yeah. Oh, you posted something? Nice. You're learning kanji as well? I don't know who this character is. But yeah, so I have a process of how I handle things with client, as in like, you know, we're outfitting a 500, literally a 3,000 square foot house. We're outfitting a 3,000 square foot house. There's 3 bathrooms in this house. There's a luxury kitchen. You know, there's all this stuff. And my coworker is just like, it shouldn't be that hard to pick everything for this. I'm like, these are the pickiest clients that I've ever dealt with. What do you mean it shouldn't be hard to pick stuff for them? He's like, you just need to present them with one thing that you stand by, and then that's it. But he didn't explain to me that that is just a placeholder item. Not that I'm only showing them one option, and if they don't like it, then that's too bad. So I'm sitting there fighting with him because I'm like, no, I usually give the client 2 to 4 options, and then they decide if they like them. But he wasn't explaining to me that I only need to show one price point to the bank. So that's why we were getting mad at each other, because I'm like, you're interrupting my process. He's like, well, we don't have 2 months for your process to happen. I'm like, but that's how long it takes when a house this big. So, yeah. We got a big fight. Just need to take him to the boxing ring and duke it out. Right, so I have the bathroom faucets, and there are 3 of those. Just a lot of data entry today. It sucks. Okay. Bathroom faucet, tub filler. I need the actual tub. So how's everybody's day been? As you can tell, mine was been a bit rough. Working on some art? Are you working on your model? Or just general art? Oh, by the way, hi, Rose. Ooh. You need to share more of your art, Rose. I really like your art style. I get excited when you show stuff. Like, I love seeing your model progression and your sketches. Alright. Fancy ass tub. Art style right now, I found some auto actions in CSP. Oh. Alright. Here, I can show you this because I'll start pulling the items up that I'm looking at on my So this is the tub that this client is looking at, by the way. Client's actually kind of nuts that they want to spend this kind of money. She seems to really like the pill. And here's the thing. You can get a tub, especially because this is an acrylic tub. This is not a, you know, a concrete tub or a cast tub in any way. This is just an acrylic tub. You can get an acrylic tub for $700, and it'll be a good quality tub. A freestanding acrylic tub. So I don't know if that she likes it because of its shape, or if they like it just because it's this brand. But I'm going to try and convince them not to use this one, but we're going to use this one as a placeholder so that when I give them a different tub, it's like, oh, this is a much more interesting tub. Listen, I don't tell people what to spend their money on, but yeah. It is a basic looking tub, I agree. Especially for that price. Oh, I want them to go with something like this. I get it, still expensive. However, these tubs look way cooler. Like, honestly, I'm actually in love with this brand. I think this brand is really cool. If you're looking for a fancy-ass tub, go with a concrete tub. Especially because you can get it in a cool-ass color. Oh, I actually really like the latte. The pink is really cool, too. But yeah, rich-ass people with their rich-ass people money. This is actually a really cool tub. But see, there's so many tubs out there, you can literally get this tub, which looks pretty identical to this one, for $500 less. And that's what the client doesn't understand, and that's what my job is, to show them that there's a lot of things out there that look like other things. Same quality, different name on it, different brand name on it. You know? Water depth 14. This is not accurate. Spec sheet. Enhance. It's 18 inches deep. This is a way deeper tub. I think I'd much rather have an 18-inch deep tub than a 15-inch deep tub. The whole point of you having a tub is to actually soak in it. Not to just, you know, flap around a little bit. Alright, so depth is 15 and 3/4. I like this tub. I'm going to recommend this tub. This might be a nice alternative to the one that they're looking at. Let's change the length that we're looking for. We're looking for... We're looking for a certain size here. Like, for example, this is what they're looking at right now. And they can get this for half the price. Which seems crazy to me that they would protest that. It looks so similar. It's not exact, but it's very similar. And that's what my job is. That was ugly. Why would anyone want a tub that thick? Okay. The copper tubs are so nice, too. See, like, this is where you pay $3,000 for a tub. When it's a copper tub. When it's something really fancy. You don't pay that for a plastic tub. This one's cool. If we're trying to keep in the style that they're looking for, this one's... Oh no, this has got a weird side mount system. I don't like that. Also, for anybody who's getting a tub to install in their own home, avoid jacuzzi tubs at all cost. They get grody real fast. Oh, the black one. Why is it so expensive? Because it's solid surface, that's why. Yeah, so if you ever want to get like a massage tub or a jacuzzi tub or whatever, you don't go for the jacuzzi one that shoots water out of the jets. You go for the air one. So in like the past 10 years, they've become more popular. They're the air jet tubs. So they only shoot air out of the hole instead of shooting water out of the hole, because the issue with jacuzzi tubs is that they would shoot water out of the hole, but it has to intake water. So it's intaking your dirty bath water, right? And it's circulating it through a pump. And then when you drain the tub, it doesn't drain the jets. So that dirty bath water just sits in the tub jets and in the motor and just starts to mold and create buildup and gunk. So the next time you go to use the jets, it starts shooting out black shit into the tub. And you basically like have to bleach clean it every time you use it. Nope. It pressurizes the hole so that water does not go into them. That's the fanciness of those tubs. They're not cheap tubs, let me just tell you that. They ain't cheap tubs. But yeah, water jet if you're gonna get something like that. See, people don't like the air jet ones as much as the what the heck? The Neo versus the Narnia. Why is this one so much cheaper though? I'm gonna set that aside for now. People tend to not like the airjet ones as much because they don't give you the same like pressure value that the other ones give you. I have that one on the board already. Whereas like the water jet ones, it's pushing pressurized water at you, so it's gonna give you a much more massagey feel. So that's why people like the water jet ones more, but they're just, they're such a pain to manage. So if you really aren't taking a bath on a regular basis, and when I say regular basis, I mean like a couple times a week is a regular basis. If you're not doing that, or you're not cycling the jets to clean them out, you're gonna get grody, nasty water. That's why like the jacuzzi tubs tend to be like the first thing clients want to get rid of in houses, because they're just so bleh. I'm honestly surprised that Momo hasn't said anything about the music. Alright, these are no longer interesting me. Back to these. Natural stone. Not too thrilled with these. I think I have a good batch of stuff here. What's the size of this tub? Small. You went to the gum doctor today? Oh no. Do you have gingivitis? She didn't say you do? That's good. Your teeth are gonna wiggle a little after doing a corrective strategy. Like when my teeth came out of the braces, they were pretty, I wouldn't say wiggly, but they were definitely tender. You literally just spent like a year moving your teeth around. Yeah, no, that's totally normal. It'll go away quickly. It goes away in like less than a month. But you've just been putting, think about it. You've been doing the Invisalign for what, like 9 months, almost a year? So like you're literally putting pressure on your teeth continually every day to get them to move. Oh, you've been out, like done with the Invisalign for 8 months? Damn. That's weird. Your teeth should have set by now. Because, like, I had that sensitivity for, like, maybe a month, a little bit more. What you doing to your mouth? Did you have to get surgery, Rose? I had a friend in school who had to get her jaw broken because she had like a receded jaw line. I had a palate expander when I got before I got my braces. That was so shitty. Palate expander, worst experience of my life. Mind you, this is coming from somebody who had a back brace. Palate expander, terrible. Literally terrible. First of all, it feels like you constantly have, well, you literally do have something in your mouth at all times, and it's not a small something like braces that just stick to your teeth. It's a big-ass contraption on the roof of your mouth. Oh my god, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to know what that is. The palate expander sucks. You feel like you're gonna choke every time you're eating something. And you have to do that for like, I think I had mine for like 8 months. Oh, yes, expanding the damn thing with the stupid teeth thing. When I got the palate expander off, best day of my life. It felt so weird eating food without having to like... Because like, when you have the palate expander, and maybe this is just me, but you can confirm, Rose, I had to like chew my food really well, and you essentially push it over the top of the palate expander, because the normal way you swallow is that your tongue ripples the food to the back of your throat and then pushes it down your throat. But because the palate expander is in your mouth, your tongue can't do its normal motion. So you literally have to like move the food over the palate expander, otherwise it doesn't go down your throat. You literally choke. Okay, so I'm not crazy. That is the method. That is the real method of how to eat with a palate expander. And the first day you get it off, eating feels so weird. Like, honestly, so weird. It feels so insane. Yeah, I out of all of the things that I've experienced medically in my life, the frickin' palate expander is probably one of my least favorites. For sure. Just overall nightmare experience for eating. I don't blame you. Wait, they let you eat solid food? My first day out of the palate expander, my orthodontist was like, you should eat like soft foods and liquid foods only, just until you get used to eating again. And I'm like, what? So I had like, my mom made like, I think she made pasta de papa for the first night after I had finished with the palate expander. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Spanish shepherd's pie. So it's ground meat and potatoes and like and some like red sauce and like peas and stuff like that. So yeah, she made me that because it was like super easy to swallow, and I didn't have to chew all that much. But yeah, I would honestly say that it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Just so much discomfort on something that you do on a daily basis. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Explain. I'm curious and also terrified at the same time because, let's be honest, teeth contraptions are terrifying. Yeah. She did it over the summer, so no one saw it. But, like, she showed us pictures, and I was just like, oh my god, that sounds terrifying. She had to get her jaw, actually, sorry, she didn't have a receded jawline, she had a protruding jawline. So they shattered her jaw and, like, removed pieces of it. Which is terrifying to think of. Because, like, what do you do for the 6 months it takes to recover for that? Like, that, no. I like this remix of Binks's Brew. Very cute. This is even more terrifying. Oh no. The Herbst appliance is a non-surgical way to do that, and my parents wanted to try that first since my mother had jocular surgery and did not want that to happen to me. No, it's terrible! Because, I mean, you don't think about how much you use your freaking jaw every day. Even somebody who doesn't speak a lot during the day, like lives alone, doesn't talk, you use your jaw to swallow, you use your jaw to eat, you use your jaw when you brush your teeth, you use your jaw if you breathe through your mouth at any point of the day. Like, you use your jaw for so many things. And having that out of commission with jaw surgery for X amount of months sounds just horrific. So I don't blame your mom for wanting to try that. But it doesn't sound like it went well. System of tubes and rods to hold the mandible in continuously forward position. External or... I mean, I would imagine it's external, right? Attached to your molars. That sounds uncomfortable already. I'm listening, I'm just organizing my stuff at the same time. Can't open your jaw all the way? Oh no, that sounds bad. I don't like that. This is the same tub. This is literally the same tub. Okay, this goes away. Now, what's the difference between these two? And it still hurts. We have to wear it for longer than having surgery recovery because it's normal to use while you... Oh no, what age did you get it at? As a teenager? Like an older teenager? Because that sucks. No, we like the other one better. Okay, so I think these are the 5 tubs that I'm going to show them. Okay, I have my choices. You know, ironically, working while streaming, I find that I'm getting more done today doing this now than I was getting done all day today without working. Which sounds crazy because you think that talking while working would distract me, but it actually doesn't. Not nearly as much as people would think it does. Because I have to wait for you guys to respond, especially if we're having a conversation. So it gives me something to focus on while I'm waiting for that response. And it's kind of nice. But it's not as intensive as, like, let's say if I'm gaming. That can get, like, really intensive. Where, like, if I'm playing League, it's really hard for me to answer you guys because I'm so fixated on what's happening in the game because it could literally mean my character exploding or not. So it's interesting how I'm able to work and flow despite that. 12? You weren't even that old when you got it. How long did you have to have it for? Because not gonna lie, that sounds really shitty. Okay, so we gave her a fluted bathtub, a straight-faced bathtub, a solid surface soaking tub in black, which I think is really cool. And if you're gonna pay that much money for a tub, get something really cool. Four years? That sounds horrific. Okay, that's way worse than having the palate expander. Because I think, like, if I remember correctly, I had my palate expander for, like, 8 months to a year. It wasn't as long as the braces. The braces was, like, a 1.5 year thing. No, it was less than that. It had to be, like, 6 to 8 months for the palate expander. It wasn't that long. It was a nightmare, and I hated every second of it, but it wasn't that long. That sounds terrible. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Like I said, the stuff that has to happen to your mouth, I think is way, way worse than the stuff that I had to go through for my scoliosis. Like, way, way worse. The brace sucked. The back brace sucked for a 1.5 years, but having the mouth stuff, the palate expander and the braces, honestly, terrible. Because it impedes your eating, it impedes your talking. For me, as somebody who's chronically congested with no end in sight, like, I'm a mouth breather, especially when I'm sleeping. Maybe not as much during the day and stuff like that, because, like, my nose oscillates between being congested and uncongested, but having a palate expander and being a mouth breather is terrible. Yo, you walk outside now and my throat instantly gets swollen. Spring sucks. Same thing happened. Husband and I decided to go eat lunch outside because it was actually really nice out today. It was like 74 degrees out and partly cloudy over here today. It was really nice. It is now pouring right now. So we got some sunlight while we could. And the second I walk outside, I literally spent the entirety of the walk down the first block of my street, like the first block and a half walk, just sneezing. Just for the first minute. I took a Zyrtec like 20 minutes before we left because I knew it was gonna happen. After I was like, you know, breathing outside the air and I blew my nose once, I was fine, but my god, I knew it was coming. The trees have already exploded over here. Last week, trees were naked. This week, exploded. There's flowers on some of the trees already. So, no joke at all. Regardless of when I get pregnant, I am truly considering getting allergy shots as much as I hate needles, because it just sounds so nice to not have to deal with it. My eyes, not so bad. My eyes, not so bad. My nose, however, unhappy. Thankfully, it rained. Like, honestly, it's kind of great that it's raining today because it's probably knocking down a lot of the pollen. Just get the shots. Listen, the shots cost a lot of money, so I need to stop hemorrhaging money on my house before I start considering paying for another thing, you know? Insurance supposedly covers it, but not all of it. I think brother still had to pay some out of pocket for the shots. So, I'm holding off for now. Yeah, I know brother's dumb and broke now. I literally sent him, and mind you, like, my area where I live is desperate for engineers. It really is. I sent him 2 places that he could apply for that I know I could get him an in if he just applies. And he hasn't done it, because he's a doo-doo head. And I get it. Maybe living up here, it may not be his cup of tea. He likes the area. He wants to live on Long Island and go to the city, yada yada, for all of his HoloLive friends and stuff like that. Love that for him. However, you are a 31-year-old man. You need to get your shit together. And if you can get a job that's going to pay you decently, And you have to move. Move. No, I mean, I understand that. But it's a volunteer position. It's not like he's, you know, signed a contract. He can move. Does he want to? I get it. He needs to give the dog a bath. She rolled in manure. Oh, fabulous. He won't though? Well, the biggest thing that was holding him back was the fact that he had a girlfriend, and he does not have one anymore. Though, apparently, I don't know how things are going with other girl, but we'll see what happens. Oof. Big oof. I can't help you there. Can't help you there, kiddo. Oh, wait, can we just look at this bathtub for a second? That is an absurd bathtub. And I want to know someone who's psychotic enough to put this in their house. Look at this thing. It's a goddamn hammock. That is insane looking. That doesn't even look like it holds that much water. This picture's blurry as fuck. How am I supposed to tell how much water it holds? Yeah, it doesn't even hold any water. It's 14 inches deep from the edge lip to the base of the tub. You're barely covering your tummy with that. Like, for context, if you want a full soak in a tub, you need at least like, and like, is there an overflow in this thing? I can't tell. Why are these images all blurry as fuck? There's not even an overflow in this thing. So if this thing fills to the brim, you're literally gonna get like water everywhere. 14.5 inches is fine, but the issue is that there's no overflow in the tub. So when you can't fill the tub to the top, because when you get into the tub, you're gonna displace the water, and it's like gonna spill everywhere. No, I wouldn't feel comfortable sitting in this either. This looks like the dumbest thing ever. That looks so stupid. Also, how does this thing drain water? Hello? Like, there's a drain hole in the picture here, but how does it drain water? It's not touching the floor, so where is the water going? Huh? What? This picture doesn't even show a drain in the middle. If you're looking at the top-down pictures, what kind of nonsense is this? Specifications. I need to see this. I need to know. It shows a drain hole, but I don't have any idea how this is draining water from here. Oh, you're just supposed to have a fucking hole in the floor. Oh, okay, so the pictures that they showed were just digital renderings. They don't show you how ugly the actual installation of this thing is. Got it. Understood. Never, ever. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Exactly. I agree, Rose. Why? This is a big why. Okay. I have bathroom faucets. I have the tub. I need to get... I have the toilets. I need to get... The vanities are in here, at least as placeholder values. I have to get all the shower components, and that is the hardest part. Your designer soul hurts and you don't even do interior design. You do not need to do interior design to understand how vitally flawed this product is. You just need to have a little bit of common sense. You don't even need a lot of common sense. I think if I showed this to my husband, who has zero, absolutely zero design aesthetic, man doesn't even remember the color shirt he wore the other day. Like, if I literally asked him today, because he was describing someone at the bar when he was playing darts. He's like, do you know Paulie? And I'm like, no, I don't know who Paulie is. I don't think I have a face, like, recognized for him. He's like, he's kind of my height. He's stuck in the 80s. And I'm like, that doesn't give me anything to, like, visually recognize him on. I'm like, does he have white hair? Does he have a beard? Does he have X, Y, and Z? And he has to think about this stuff. And I'm like, does he usually wear hoodies? Does he usually wear jeans and a t-shirt? Like, what does the man usually wear? He's like, I don't know. I'm sure if I showed him this, he would be like, this is an abomination. I'm sorry, Rose. I didn't mean to derail you on your art session. I saw it and I had to click on it and I regret clicking on it because it's horrifying and it's terrible in so many ways. Alright. Okay, so I have... bathroom fans, yes. I have toilets, I have bathroom fans. I have countertops. I have placeholders for tile. Just gonna move these things together. Ugh, yeah, this is a terrible looking tub. I'm gonna pick... You got me a snack. If it's stroopwafel with maple syrup, you're the best sister ever. Because those stroopwafels with maple syrup were... I dream about those. I literally do. Idea, tell your sister you won't take her to the carnival unless she plays Uma. She will never play Uma, Logic. Also, hello. She will never play it. She absolutely hates horse girls. The neighbor's dog is freaking out right now for whatever reason. Cutest dog as ever. It's a mini Aussie. Adorable. Doesn't shut up. Ever. At all. It's actually horrendous. Did you get me stroopwafel? I love stroopwafel. Why is stroopwafel so yummy? I will fight my husband for stroopwafel. Because he'll want to eat it with his coffee. I'll be like, no, this is mine. You can't have it. It's actually not allowed. I will have to see. I'm gonna assume the answer is yes, that it is in fact stroopwafel. Fuck yes, I love stroopwafel. Chat, if you've ever if you ever get offered stroopwafel from Canada specifically, take it and eat it and experience it. because it is the best. Am I coming on 5-2? That is the plan right now. That I will be down by you guys, probably on the 1st. Also, sister, are you gonna help me cook the mega meal? Or are you gonna throw me to the wind? Probably it would be on the 2nd. Because I'm not gonna cook on Sunday. Umas are running the carnival. Why do I have 5 ceiling fan specs? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where the 5th one came from. Momo, seriously, how have you not commented on the music? I'm actually surprised. How many exterior lights do I have? 1, 2... You're too busy crying over it, bruh? It's actually a really nice lo-fi mix. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay, 10 good. Too many tears. I am up to... Let me check. Hold, please. I am up to... Episode 872. $872. 20 episodes away from being done with Whole Cake Island. They chase you in your dreams, oh my god. Yeah, I'm 20 episodes away. Pudding is a psycho, and I still don't understand... I understand the value of a tsundere character in anime because they are insanely good comedic relief and insanely good, like, just entertainment value. But my god, do I not understand why guys like tsundere girls at all, because it's just like, that just seems like such a headache. I love that she loves Sanji, but I hate her super tsundere psycho side. Like, it's one thing to be like, I love you, I hate you. It's another thing to be, I love you, you need to die in the most horrifying way possible. I agree. I agree that she's the only one for Sanji. I am a little concerned about the age gap now that I understand how old she actually is. She's 16. While in most places that is legal, he's technically 22, if I'm not mistaken. Post time skip. How old is Sanji? He's 21. Okay. Still a pretty big age gap. That's a 5-year age gap. I agree that they are a perfect couple together. Will they reconnect at some point? Who knows? I don't know. But I do think that they're a great couple together. I also low-key love Beji and Chiffon. I think their relationship is super cute. I love that Beji has a soft spot for Chiffon. It's so cute to me. I get it. She's not the most attractive character. But I love that he treats her with so much respect and love. It's very adorable. And I just love that he, loves his wife and, empowers her. It's so cute. Especially because, I hated Beji when, they first really introduced him in the whole cake arc where he attacked Pecos. I was like, Pecos didn't deserve to get shot 1,000 times. I don't know how Pecos lived. Because, insane plot armor in this show. But, that was uncalled for. That was uncalled for, if you ask me. Sent progress pics in server. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, your art is so nice. Rose, real talk, do you take commissions? Totally real talk. I am extremely selective about who I choose to commission for art. But your art is so nice, and I honestly hate the people who come into my chat and were like, hey, I can draw for you, because they're most likely bots doing AI garbage. You're slower than a turtle? Oh no! He is a turtle bro, but still, Mo, I just he didn't deserve to get shot in the back! But seriously, Rose, if you do take commissions, I am interested for sure. Because, everything you've ever posted, I've loved everything about it. I loved your Blender stuff. I've loved your sketches. So... yeah, no pressure, but if you are open for commissions, I am certainly interested. How limited... what do you mean by slow? Months slow? That honestly doesn't bother me. I know there are artists out there that can do a 48-hour turnaround, but it genuinely doesn't bother me. It really, like, if I'm not trying to pressure you, but like, I'm not unused to art taking a couple months or so to be delivered. So if you're open to it, I am open to it. But again, no pressure. I don't want you to feel like you have to do something. I just want you to understand that I do really like your art, and again, I'm extremely picky with who I choose to commission. So for me, like that, like, I'm not trying to say it's a compliment, but it is a compliment. I do really like your art. Okay, we have kitchen millwork. We have office millwork, bathroom millwork, kitchen work sink, expensive ass faucet, I need to find replacements for the faucets and sink. Please do. Please do. Your art is really awesome. And I honestly can't wait to see the finished product of what you're drawing right now, because this is really cute. Alright, we have appliances. Dishwasher, cooktop, refrigerator, wine cooler, refrigerator, drawers, because they wanted refrigerator drawers. 30-inch single oven times 2. Washer dryer combo set. Range hood. Incinerator. Countertops. Placeholder. Nope, nope, don't delete the words that I've typed, please. Momo! How come you're not streaming anymore? You don't stream unless I'm streaming. You need to stream more. No, life not important, stream important. Okay. Ceiling fans. Wedding? Whose wedding? Toilets, check. Floor tile, check. I have to double check square footages. Oh! Shit, man. I had no idea she was getting married. No. Okay. Column. Very cute smiley couple. That's nice. We love that. Okay, I think my prices on this are okay. Need 4-inch recess light. Where are those? I'm the one who made this lighting plan and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Ah, that's where they are. Okay. Wait, so you've been to so many weddings in the past year and a half. All your friends are getting married. That's crazy. When are you getting married? Oh, okay, so this was like the prep for everything. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. That's too many. That's too many. I'm sorry. I don't like that quantity of events. Big not a fan. Indian weddings, Rose. Middle Eastern weddings. They tend to do very, very big, extravagant parties. And they're multi-event parties. It's not just one wedding and you're done. It's usually like, there's the pre-wedding, and then there's like a huge part. The wedding itself is like a 3-day affair, and then there's like a crazy bachelorette party. Like it's a whole endeavor. I'm very grateful that I have not had to attend a wedding like that, if I'm being honest. Like, I think it would be cool to experience at some point in life, but I'm grateful that I have not had to do what my sister has to do, because 2 of her closest friends are brown. They're Indian, and she's been part of the wedding party for both of those friends, and the amount of time she has committed to these weddings is probably more time than she will spend planning and having her own wedding, if I'm being honest. If I'm being so for real. But yeah, so the craziest wedding I've been to so far, my husband and I passed on what would have probably been the craziest wedding that we would have ever attended. One of our friends invited us to their wedding, and it was a 250 person affair in Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton. And we passed on it because we did the math on our end, and even as not being part of the wedding party at all, like, to get plane tickets, get a room booked in Naples that wasn't like an hour drive away, to rent a tux, and for me to get a dress, whether I'm renting a dress or buying a dress, would have run us like $2,000. Because we would also have to take off from work. And my husband is paid hourly, so him taking off work is, you know, he's losing money. It's not like he didn't have vacation days, because we had already spent our vacation days for that year. But that was like literally a 3-day event, because if you flew in on Friday night was the rehearsal dinner, and that was essentially like a mini wedding party. Then the wedding was actually on Saturday, and it was a whole day affair. And then on Sunday, they had rented out the pool deck for the entire Ritz-Carlton for a pool party that lasted till like 3 in the afternoon. So from morning till 3 in the afternoon. Which means we'd probably not be flying out that night. If we had gone, we'd be flying out on Monday, which is another workday lost. So yeah, we passed on going to that wedding because we realized how expensive it would be for us to go. And that's not including if we had gotten them a wedding gift as well. So very expensive, and we're just like, no, we can't swing it. So we went to the most expensive wedding that we've gone to was actually my husband worked at a hospital part-time as a scheduler before he got his current job. And his mom also worked at that hospital because she's a head nurse, basically. And she had been working there with this woman for like 20 plus years, so this woman and her were very close. And that woman invited her and her whole family to their daughter's wedding, which was also like a 200-300 person wedding. That wedding was insane. The sheer amount of food that was available during that wedding was insane. It was actually bonkers. So when you first arrived there, the cocktail hour was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 tables. 7 tables. All of them have different ethnic foods. So you had a table with Chinese dim sum, so dumplings and pots and like pot stickers and stuff like that. You had a sushi table. There was a Greek table with Mediterranean style food. There was a seafood boat, and when I say seafood boat, it was quite literally like a paddle boat that they filled with ice and threw seafood into. So clams, shrimp, there was oysters, there were mussels, there was literal half lobsters in there. It was crazy. And then there was an all-Americana table that was serving turkey dinner, basically. There was an Italian table that was serving like olives and mozzarella and tomatoes and like you know, like antipasta stuff. There was another table that was doing like Americana roast and stuff like that. So it was like a rump roast and like all the trimmings and things like. It was great. There were 7 tables full of food at this cocktail hour. That could have been the main course. I pigged out on the cocktail hour. Then we go into the actual wedding, like the reception hall space, which was huge. And we were served a 4-course meal. So it was a soup, a salad, a main course, and then a dessert. Like the wedding cake dessert. Right? So 4-course meal. And then they had a quote-unquote coffee hour dessert buffet. 5 tables. 1 table that had 7 cakes on it. Different cakes. They were all different cakes. 7 cakes. There was like a chocolate cake, there was a vanilla cake, there was there was an ice cream bar, there was a coffee bar, there was a table that only had cookies on it. It was wild. It was the craziest thing. Then you walk outside, you're finally getting ready to leave after like this literal 4-hour wedding. Because we didn't even go to the after party. There was also an after party. And we're going out the door, and in the reception, you know, the front foyer, reception foyer, there is a pegboard. I want to say it was like 4 feet by 7 feet tall. Pegboard. With donuts on it. All kinds of artisanal donuts. We're not talking like Dunkin' Donuts donuts. We're talking like fancy ass donuts with all the toppings. Hi, pizza. And they're just hanging on these pegs on the wall. And you were given like a napkin, like, you know, those wax paper napkins, and a little doggy baggie to take the donuts home. And then there was like a hot pretzel machine. So you could take a hot pretzel home if you wanted one. It was insane. I took a donut home. I didn't eat it that night. I ate it for breakfast the next morning. But that was the craziest wedding I've ever been to. How are you? How are y'all? I'm doing pretty well, Pizza. We're doing work and we're talking about stuff. Right now we're talking about weddings. Because my sister just went to one this past weekend. And it was an Indian wedding. So it was a crazy wedding. Because Indian weddings are huge affairs. Oh, stay safe, Rose. I hope you're okay and you don't lose power for too long if you do lose power. We've been getting thunderstorms over here all day, too. But yeah, I was just talking about the craziest wedding I've been to. And what would have been the craziest wedding I've ever been to that I didn't actually go to because it would have cost me a lot of money to go to. Because that's what happens when you pick destination weddings. But basically, like, my husband and I have a friend who has been in a relationship with this girl. They're like middle school sweethearts. I don't even know. And the wedding I didn't go to because it would have been too expensive. Her parents were paying for the whole thing. Her parents are very well off. And they chose the wedding venue, not the daughter. And they wanted to do it at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples, Florida. Yeah, they've been together since, like, middle school. They've been together for a really long time. Like, I don't think they've ever actually dated anybody other than each other. And it seems like they're a pretty solid couple. They're a pretty solid couple. I've heard that they were, like, on and off during high school, but they've been together for a long-ass time. But yeah, so that wedding, if my husband and I chose to go, would have cost us like $2,000 because it was a black tie affair, which means you come wearing a tuxedo and a very formal gown of some kind, dress of some kind. So I would either have to buy a new dress or rent a dress. He would have to rent a tux. Then there was airfare and hotel fare. Any hotel that was in like an hour's drive to the venue was like easily a couple $100 a night. Because it's just a very ritzy area. And then we'd also have to take 2 days off of work to go. We'd have to take Friday and Monday off to go. So we didn't go. And it sucks, and that's not including if we also got them a wedding gift. But yeah, I wanted to go to that wedding. It would have been so cool, because it was a 3-day affair. You basically fly in on Friday, and Friday night was like the reception dinner, the rehearsal dinner, and that was basically a whole ass party on its own. Then the actual wedding was on Saturday, and then on Sunday, they rented out the entire pool deck at the Ritz-Carlton for a 6-hour pool party from like 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon or something crazy. Yeah. Crazy. It would have been hella fun, but we opted not to go because we can't just be throwing around $2,000 for that kind of stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, weddings, man. I don't have, like I said, I don't have any Indian friends, so I will not be attending a crazy Indian wedding. But that wedding I was describing when you first came in, Pisa, that was a Filipino wedding. Also pretty intense stuff. I've been to a Jewish wedding before, or at least half the couple was Jewish. The husband was Jewish, and she was marrying into the family. Had I gone to every event that was associated with their wedding, it would have been a lot. But I was not invited to the party that was actually in Israel. But that was also a huge thing because like a lot of his family is in Israel, so they had a party in Israel and then they had a smaller wedding in the US for her family because her family were Californians. So, my gosh. But that was a cute wedding. I liked that wedding. I did not like the fact that the food was all vegan because I was hungry by the end of the wedding. But it was it was a really fun wedding. Does this come with the drain kit? No. This is the drain kit. There it is. Okay. And other than that, I'm just doing work and talking. Work and talking. Let me check. I need plumbing fixtures for those bathrooms. That's what I need. So how's your day been, Pisa? It's meh, just another regular day. You do homework at like later in the evening My god. That's a commitment. You like to procrastinate easy work in the kitchen later in the day. Oh. You finished your last standardized test? Yay! You have to wait a bit to get your results, right? Or have they expedited that process? So I remember it was pretty damn slow when I had to do it. Pretty sure I did horrible, but we ball. I mean, do you know what college you want to apply for? Because, like, if you know that the college you want to apply for doesn't have, like, crazy standards, then I don't see what the issue is. You should be fine. Unless you're, like, aiming for, you know, the big leagues, the Ivies, or the other really high-end private schools. I literally applied to 2 colleges. I got accepted to both. But I went, obviously, with my first choice college. Because I knew what I wanted. Is that a state school? I think if you're not 100% set on what you want to do, going to community college is a really smart idea. If I didn't know what I wanted to do leaving high school, I would have went to community college. Because the difference in cost between getting general credits at a community college versus getting general credits at a private school is astronomical. The only reason I went straight to private school to a private college is because, one, I was leaving high school with a massive amount of college credits because I took college courses in high school. So it made no sense for me to go to community college for the couple elective classes that I still had left, because I really didn't have a lot left. I bumped out most of the elective classes with the college credits that I brought in. And because of that, it didn't make sense for me to go to community college when I already knew what I wanted. So, but, like, in my brother's case, because he didn't know that he wanted to be an engineer when he went to college, he's just like, I'm gonna go and wing it. And he ended up sticking with the engineering program, but he wasn't sure that that's what he wanted to do when he first went to school. And I told him you should go to community college, get all your elective classes done, get your, like, the general stuff that you have to get done. It'll save mom and dad a lot of money. It'll save you a lot of money. He's like, no, I want to go to the other school. So I said, okay. He ended up going to the same school as me. And he did graduate, but he graduated with some amount of debt because he lost his scholarship because he was bumming around his first couple years of school. And had he just done that in community college, he wouldn't have been in debt. And he would have still been able to go to the private school to finish his degree and probably would have saved a lot of money. But I get where my parents came from, where they're like, we gave you the opportunity to go to this school, so if he also wants to go to this school, it's not right for us to stop him. And I get that. I totally get that. It makes total sense. My sister's college was actually the cheapest, but she's not even using her degree. The biology major is not even using her degree. Her expensive piece of paper. Whatever, man. I don't know why you don't apply for a job at, like, National Park Services or something. Hi, Nom. You're late. Nom's late. Let it be known, Nom is late. You did do STEM for a bit when you were doing the astrophysics, right? You've been sleeping. They're booty working for parks? But, I mean, you could actually use that biology degree of yours. I worked in STEM. Oh, okay. Right, but I don't... Did you not enjoy that? I thought you enjoyed it. It sounded like you were having fun. That's true, you did. I'm sorry. You're right. I forget it. But you're not using it now. You're not using it now! But you're not also making the mad monies that you wanted to make, though. One day I will make mad monies, just not today. Mad money's doing what, though? Heard of a dream that where you, like... That made no sense to me at all, Nom. That's why you gotta get your streamer game up, sis. Then you'll be making mad monies. With your tsundere personality. I don't know the meme. Nom, you should know by now that me and memes don't go well together. I am very inept when it comes to memes. Bye, Pizza! No, me and memes don't go well together. I am extremely inept at memes. Extremely. I am a functioning human adult. I don't spend my time brain rotting to memes, despite Luna's best attempts to get me to do so. Right, so I have a towel bar holder, 24-inch grab bar, toilet paper holder. Where'd my rope hook at? Rope hook! Momo is a tsundere. She'll be really nice to you, really sweet, and then, like, you say one thing mean to her, and she'll be like, fuck you! Get out of my face! Blah, 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 blah. And then she'll explode. God damn it. What? Jesus Christ. Actually, technically, Flame is the tsundere out of the three of us. If we're gonna call anyone a tsundere. No, you're right. You're right. It's raining so much. You're so cracked right now, as in, like, you're popping off on your art? That's exciting, if that's what it is. I wanna see! I wanna see Rose! I know. I'm excited because the sketch you showed was really nice. I'm really excited to see it. The coloring looks so good. Like, just the coloring on the branch. I wish I could do paint style coloring, but I am shading inept. I am shading inept. Alright, real talk, people. Real talk. I know my brother hates when I say that, but I don't care. Who in their right mind is paying $45 for a cabinet handle? A cabinet handle. For, like, your kitchen cabinets. Like, what? What? Who's doing that? Where the frick is the rope hook? Am I blind? Eh? Eh? Why can't I find it? Nom, even $10 to $15 for a cabinet handle is a lot. Is a lot. In my opinion, you shouldn't be spending more than $10 on a cabinet handle. Unless you're going for, like, primo brass cabinet handle. Like, no joke. For context, I spent, like, $2 $2.50 on my cabinet handles. I get it, things have gotten more expensive recently, and like the average price for cabinet handles now is like $5, but 10 to 15 is not an unreasonable range, it's definitely on the high range. So when I see someone spending $45 on a piece of metal that's not even brass, I'm just like, but why? Just but why? Alright, now I need to look at my plan. And... rope hook. Towel bar. Rope hook. Baby towel bar. You spend all your points. I've been hydrating, trust me, I've drank nearly a full glass of water, and I'm talking like a 22-ounce glass of water, not an 8-ounce glass of water, since stream started. I believe this is a 24-ounce cup, but I only fill it to 22 ounces because I don't want to spill it everywhere. But I did just take a drink just for you. Alright, where am I putting all of these tchotchkes? Hand towel, towel bar, towel bar. Maggie gigantic? Eh? What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, your puppy! Your puppy, Maggie. I mean, puppies grow mad fast, man. Puppies grow mad fast. I'm sure she's just like a tsunami of energy, right? She's a friggin' doodle. How's Jinx? Is it Jinx? Your other dog holding up with all that puppy energy. Kennedy. Sorry, my other friend's dog is Jinx. How is Kennedy holding up? Because Kennedy's a little bit older, right? Kennedy's like... not a baby, for sure. What am I doing with my life right now? How did I forget to link the thing that I was looking at? Where the heck did it go? Vesper, you need to get your shit together. But yeah, how's Kennedy handling the baby? God, and has it really been a month already since you got Maggie? It feels like you got her like a couple weeks ago. That's good. She's showing her who's the boss. No, a couple weeks is 14 days. A month is 30 days, okay? 4 weeks a minimum. I'm not sure why you haven't been posting more pictures and pets. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There needs to be more baby pictures. More baby pictures in the pets Discord channel. I need to see this fluffy little ball of chaos. I am holding. Okay, I've got the rope hook. I've got the 18-inch towel bar. I need the 10-inch towel bar. So much data entry. Ugh. Apple pic sent, yeah! Oh my god, Apple's so cute. So much sleep. The blanket picture. What a cutie! I need to post pictures of my cat. I always forget to post pictures of my cat. I don't take a lot of pictures of her, if I'm being honest. I probably should take more pictures of her. I don't take a lot of pictures of her. Mainly because, like, that's not my first thought when I see her doing something cute. My first thought when I see her doing something cute is, I need to touch you. I need to rub your belly. But she is a little cutie pie. The few pictures that I have of her. My little cutie cat. I should honestly post pictures of my husband's mom's cat. Ollie. He's the best boy. And Momo missed seeing him for Easter because she decided to go to Canada. Oh my goodness! Look at all these baby pictures! This little doodle. Oh, so cute. She has gotten a lot bigger in just a month. Oh my goodness. She's grown like a weed. Aww. Poor Apple. My dog hides in the basement at my parents' house when it's raining. More specifically when it's thundering and lightning outside. Have you thought about getting... Do you have like a thunder jacket for Apple, or is that not a consideration? Because I heard they actually work. It's so cute. She's just a little cotton ball. Is she potty trained yet? Or are we still working on that? Kennedy with the coat on? So funny. Yes and no. She's not fully housebroken, but she's getting the idea of peeing outside is basically what it is. Also, one thing I was like super grateful for were the 2 dogs that we have, because we adopted both of them, and Sheena, who was our first dog, was like 5-ish when we first got her, and Lou was like 11, 10 months old when we first got her. So they were both pretty much housebroken before, you know, we got them. So it was just a matter of getting their schedules set. I think Lou's only had like 1 or 2 accidents in the house over the course of the time we've had her, and I don't remember Sheena having any until she was getting too old. Okay. I mean, that's pretty normal. I mean, she's a freaking baby still. She's a baby. She's just a little baby. I'm happy you're enjoying time with your pupper, because that's important. Savor the puppy as long as you can, because she's gonna grow like a weed. And she will not be a puppy anymore. She'll still be cute, but not a puppy anymore. My husband's family, their dog just passed away. They just had to put it down last month. Put her down last month. And I just, like... I distinctly remember when they first got her. And she was just this velvety, soft little snuggle bug that wanted to nibble on your nose all the time. So cute. Our little bed shark. Because the bed that in the guest room that we stay at my husband's family's house, it's got like maybe a foot of space under it because it's like elevated off the ground a bit. And when she was a puppy, pretty much up until she was like maybe 8 months old, if you called her and she didn't want to come or be obedient, she would scoot herself under the bed and then just scoot around because there were boxes under the bed. She would just scoot around around the boxes. And we used to call her the little bed shark because she was so fast at, you know, basically army crawling under the bed. And then eventually she got too big that she couldn't fit under there. Oh yeah, the clumsy puppy business, so funny. Yeah, it was just... And we always tried to, like, video it, but we never got a solid video of her doing it because she was just so freaking fast. How she would scoot around with her little army crawl under the bed, and it was just so funny. And eventually, like I said, she got too big, and she couldn't fit under there anymore. She could fit under there, but she couldn't army scoot under there anymore. And it was just such a fun time. Such a fun time when she was a baby. So yeah, I can't wait to get a I don't know if we'll get a puppy, husband and I, but I do want a dog. Bye, Momo! I'll probably be calling it soon anyway. It is 10:30. I don't need that. I mean, it's hard to resist the belly scrub. It's funny because it sounds like she knows that if she rolls over that she can diffuse the situation. Dogs are smarter than you think. Don't let her manipulate you. Don't let her get away with it. She's too smart for her own good. You must be strong, Nam. You must be strong. You need to be the alpha here. Do not let her take control. I understand she's cute, and I understand that the belly is soft. Or is like your dad your stepdad the pack leader, quote unquote? You don't have a doggy door? It's probably not a good idea to have a doggy door with a baby, though. My ex, they had two dogs. They had two Shibas, while I was with him. And then towards the end of our relationship, and then after we broke up, they got those two dogs kind of passed away, and they got two labs instead. And it's funny because they never had doggy doors for the Shibas because Kit Kat was a psycho and would try to run outside and kill every small creature and bring it into the house. He could actually catch birds. Like, he was crazy. So they didn't have a doggy door because he would just constantly run in and out. But now that they have the two labs, the dad, because he's a carpenter, literally cut a hole in the wall, not a door, in the wall, and put like I don't know, I want to say it's like a 16 by 24 doggy door. It's a big ass doggy door because they're big dogs, in the wall of their living room. And he just has like a ceiling board, basically, that he can slide into the slot when he doesn't want them to go outside. But during the day, they always keep it open so the dogs can go in and out because they're not like Kit Kat trying to murder birds. He doesn't want to deal with an untrained puppy. Wait, so whose idea was it to get the puppy? Your mom? And I'm sure you kids didn't object. Your mom's a chill guy. I cannot say that about my mom. She calls you a pimp? What the heck? At least they're brownouts and not full blackouts. That's the most important thing. Welcome back. Your mom sounds interesting, Nom. Alright. We got the shower head. We got the shower arm. We got the toilet paper holder. Yeah. Toilet paper holder, check. We need 1, 2, 3 of those. That's good. I'm glad you have a good relationship with her. Oh no! Your laptop's like, no, I'm done. If the internet's gonna keep going in and out, I don't want to be here anymore. Pout. Okay. Towel bar has been included. We can close this tab. Little towel bar has been included. We can close this tab. So I need 1, 2, 3 of those. 4 of those. Rope hook is included. We can close that. That can get closed as well. This can get closed. Oh my god. Closing tabs after you flood your internet browser with like a pile of tabs for picking finished materials feels so good. It feels so good. Okay, so I have the hand shower. So you were the one who really wanted the puppy, it sounds like. You and your mom. No, we want higher. Why is your brother pissing you off? What is he doing? How old is your brother? What? That sounds so immature. It's a freaking baby. 22. So older than you. Damn, how can you be such a puppy hater? I don't understand people. I don't know how people can hate dogs either, Nom. But it happens. I don't want this. I want something else. And think it's okay to not give them daily attention as human look forward to hundreds of things a day. No, I agree. It's crazy when people just like... That's why I try to give my cat as much attention as possible, even if she doesn't necessarily want it, which I won't say I'm not guilty of. I kind of smother her, but it's all in love, man. And I've had her since she was a baby, so like it makes sense. It's pretty easy to tell when she wants attention. What am I doing here? Ugh. I made this so small I can't even read it. Where is this? I just put this in here and now I lost it. There we go. I actually got a lot of work done in the past couple hours. More work than I got done this morning, I'll tell you that much. Is that the one where the dog, like, reincarnates multiple times and, like... has to take care of all their different humans? Yeah, it's very cute. I have to watch that movie, and I have to watch Marley and Me, because I've actually never watched that movie in its entirety. Yes, take a break, Rose. Always take break. Break important. You can only cook for so long before you get tired. That's the kind of the point, to get you to want to watch them. What did you eat just now, though, Nom? I went out with my husband for lunch. We had smothered burritos. They were very yummy. Cereal, you need some protein. Go get some protein. Oh, you drank a protein thing? Okay, alright. That's better than nothing. If you're at least drinking a protein shake, that's good. 30 grams protein, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Ugh, it's been a while since I put a shower together like this. Okay, I think I'm done for tonight. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I work. I'm sorry it was not as long of a stream as I usually do. Hopefully tomorrow I will be streaming with my siblings, but we'll see because they've been buttheads lately. But have a wonderful night, everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye!